Hey everyone, Magic Sword here. This bundle just leaked like yesterday, but just enough. So let's talk about it. From first glance, this looks like a pretty good value, right? So you get 20 packs, two Scholomance legendaries, which you basically can't whiff, right? Pretty much all of them are going to be useful, I think. They're either archetype defining or just outright powerful. Um, yeah, you get the 10 Year the Dragon and 10 Ashes of Outland, which is much less exciting, but and normal pack rolls. That's all that lists out there, right? For €20, which should be $20 as well for you Americanos out there like me. So hopefully it is a $20 value. Um, I actually have a bit of math, so don't turn off the video just because math is coming up, but let's talk about different values from different packs over time. So I love to use these two things as the baseline, the Welcome Bundle and the League of Explorers. The Welcome Bundle is, by design, the best deal you will ever get on Hearthstone cards. It's 10 packs and a legendary for $5. Value per dust, let alone the fact that this is presumably something you're buying early in your Hearthstone career. So it's like a small investment for a lot of payoff because you're getting pretty much all new cards, right? So that's 2,600 dust in there, assuming 100 dust per pack on average. That's 520 dust per dollar. That is the highest number you will ever see, and that's by design because this is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. It should be amazing, and it's supposed to get you hooked on the game. It's supposed to get you investing just enough that you might sunk cost fallacy yourself into only playing Hearthstone and paying more money into it and all that fun stuff. It certainly worked on me because I'm still here all these years later. Next, we have the League of Explorers, which I think is probably the best thing ever to have spent money on. So, hear me out on this. It's not the best dust per value if you look down the chart. First of all, stop going ahead of the video. Second of all, 158.5 is still one of the highest I've ever seen for any bundle or for any adventure, right? So what does that really mean then? Well, I think it's one of the best because it has amazing cards. League of Explorers, pretty much all of them saw some play. And it's just a fun adventure. It was a really fun adventure. I loved the design, and it was 4 wings, so it was only $20, so it's a little less of an investment than like Naxxramas, for example, which I believe was 25, right? So, think about it from Blizzard's perspective too. This is such a great deal, and they had a lot to recoup compared to normal things, right? Because this wasn't just designing a bunch of cards. This was designing a bunch of cards and fitting them into a story and hiring voice actors and bringing all these teams together to work on this, right? These adventures, I assume, I'm not a Blizzard designer, I've never worked for Blizzard. Duh. I think that these adventures are probably more resource intensive than you might think initially, which was why I think it's such a big deal that we're getting them for free now. But anyway, let's compare this now to two of the most relevant bundles, the Scholomance pre-order and the Scholomance mega bundle. So, $50 pre-order, and again, this is all USD. 8,700 dust, 174 dust per dollar. Okay, that's really good. That's better than League of Explorers, right? Mega bundle, slightly worse dust per dollar, but we'll get into why that is. And then the Philosophy bundle. Look at that. It is the best dust per dollar compared to those two. But dust per dollar isn't the only metric you should use, and this is why I would defend, potentially, if you have the money just sitting around, get the pre-orders over the Philosophy bundle, right? So these packs are less likely to actually yield something useful because the Year of the Dragon packs, that's going to rotate in a year, right? Those are inherently worth less because they exist for less time relative to now. The Ashes of Outland packs similarly are less useful to you as a consumer because presumably you've bought Ashes of Outland packs already. New packs are always worth more than old packs. It's just hard to quantify it, so I like to look at dust per dollar for a key metric in assessing the value of a bundle, right? So this has very high dust per dollar, but it doesn't offer a whole lot more, right? So let's go back now to the Scholomance pre-orders, right? So I have this listed as 8,700 dust because that is literally what you will get. Well, dust is worth about a gold, and you get a card back, and that's been proven to be worth 500 gold because of the Naxxramas card back in the shop right now. So let's bump this to 9,200. Okay? So now it's 184 dust per dollar. Similarly, let's try to factor in the Tavern Pass and the Hero for the Scholomance Mega Bundle. So I kind of don't like the idea of saying that the Hero is worth the full value of $10 because I will never buy Magni, Illyria, or the other one from the shop. It's just not worth my money. I won't pay $10 for a cosmetic like that. League of Legends just called. I had to remind myself. So, and the Tavern Pass, similarly, I don't think it's worth $20. I think $10 is fair for a full season. I think it's kind of bogus that they are charging $20 for it. Frankly, they shouldn't be charging money for a game advantage, but that is an entirely different discussion. So let's try to factor in these things into by subtracting from the price and adding to the dust. So we'll add plus 500 here because of the card back, just like we did for the previous one. And we will subtract out, I'm going to have both of those values, so we'll subtract out $15, 10 for the Tavern Pass, 5 for the Hero. And yeah, holy smokes. Assuming that you want both of those things, it is better to buy the Mega Bundle, right? If you really do, for sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, want the Tavern Pass, and you want to pay with it in cash rather than in-game currency, and you definitely want Kel'Thuzad, yes, buy the Mega Bundle, right? But let's say you're a little more strapped for cash, because really this is still $80, right? Just because I subtracted 15 from it doesn't mean that actually happened. It is worth $80 USD. So that's kind of steep. That is more than a full game, right? You could, if you own like a console, or presumably you own a computer if you're playing Hearthstone, you could buy a full game, and that's nothing to laugh about, right? Like this expansion, if you buy these pre-orders, I think Blizzard is kind of assuming that this is your game. This is the one game you play. It is your lifestyle. You play it for 8 hours a day. And yeah, that's what I think they kind of assume about it. So what I'm trying to say is that the pros and cons here, you would expect a bundle that costs $80 to be a better deal than a bundle that costs $20. We often see discounts for buying in bulk in real life, and that's due to shipping and all that, right? But for digital things, it's a little less intuitive, but it still happens, right? And it's because there's an underlying economic incentive for people to purchase things that are a better value. So me displaying this dust per dollar, I'm doing Blizzard a great favor by saying, hey, look at how good of a deal this pre-order is. Look at how great of a deal it is. Never mind the fact that objectively it's just like above a price point, right? So I would say the Philosophy Bundle is one of the best deals for its price that we'll probably ever see, right? It shouldn't be so close to rivaling the Scholomance pre-order and the Scholomance Mega Bundle, right? But again, you have to account for what I said with the value. This is just talking about dust. If you only care about dust, which is kind of weird, you should probably care a little bit about the cards you're getting. The Philosophy Bundle is definitely worth it, right? And 10 packs, opening 10 packs, you're fairly likely to pull. You're guaranteed an epic, likely to pull a legendary by that point. So I don't know. It's obviously, I'm not going to tell people whether to buy or not to buy. I'm just going to present facts, right? And the fact of the matter is, this is a lot of dust per dollar, but it's not a lot of new cards. In fact, it's probably on average like 2 new cards, right? Because maybe I personally have all the rares from, or almost all the rares from all of these packs, right? So I would actually benefit pretty greatly from these Year of the Dragon packs because I skipped Descended Dragons and I skipped Old Doom, right? So I might buy it because it's good for me and it's only $20, but you might not want to buy it because you've been playing since last year and you have all those cards already and you're like, oh boy, I might unpack a really situational, useless garbage epic from Uldum, and that's not really good for you now, is it? So, yeah, I think if you only have $20 to spend on Hearthstone, this is probably not a bad idea. If you can get the pre-order and it's money you were going to spend on Hearthstone anyway, probably something you should do, right? So, in conclusion, Scholomance packs are worth way more than other packs right now because they're new and they're incredibly powerful. And their dust value is probably going to increase greatly because of inevitable nerfs. What exactly is going to get nerfed, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a prediction video on that. But, yeah, the Philosophy Bundle is a good deal for its price, and you should consider it when it comes out. Anyway, I'm not sure how often I'll be doing these sorts of mathy videos where I talk about like things worth. Probably not that often. Maybe if a particularly interesting bundle comes out, right? But otherwise, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Same with the like button. Leave a comment down below if you think I am just an idiot shill for Blizzard who has a stake in the company and I really want to see them succeed. And yeah, just make sure you have a good day. We'll be live streaming shortly, so go ahead and check that out as well. Bye bye.